I'm going to reveal today the major secrets that they don't want us to know in order to manifest whatever you want, and why Hitler was one of the first people trying to implement that in order for humans not to elevate and get whatever they wanted to get. Now in this video. Hey superstar, you can be proud of yourself. You found this channel because you want more out of your life. Normal is not in your dictionary, and you know you can get whatever you dream about. Less talking, more action. My name is Anna Russo, your new success host. Welcome to my podcast, Luxury Problems. Hello my friends, welcome back to a new episode here on Luxury Problems with me, Anna Russo. Today in this video, I want to share with you what the major secret is that they're hiding in order for you to manifest whatever you want. With they, I mean everybody above the human race, everybody that has to do with control, with manipulation, and with everything that comes down to not achieving the things as we human could possibly achieve. It goes all the way back to our history, especially to our German history, thinking back to the 1933s when a bad man named Hitler was basically in charge of whole Germany. Because of him and a few others on the end of the chain were responsible for the fact that a very important thing was banned and completely blocked in order for us not to have access to it no more. And what that is? Let's dive right now in. How the title already says, it is about manifestation. So what has Hitler now to do with manifestation? Well, not really a lot, but if you really want to know what they're hiding from you, in order for you to manifest everything that you want, you have to understand who they are and why they were trying to do exactly that, how you now are able, with this knowledge that I give you in this video, to implement exactly this secret in your daily manifestation routine, and you can get whatever you want. Back then, a really fucked up dude named Adolf Hitler was in charge of the regime in Germany. Him and a few others around the world that are on top of the world and that we as regular humans cannot really fight. Especially back then, people didn't really had the opportunity to speak their truth like we have nowadays, even though nowadays there's censorship as well. But now we have all the knowledge, we have all the resources that we can access easily through our internet and other people that experience the same thing. But I want to talk with you how music is just such important for you to manifest. And I'm not talking about just random music that you tune in the radio. I'm talking about the frequencies that are carried in each song that you're listening to. Each song has a different frequency in order to deliver certain feelings. Let's say you associate a rock song probably with being more aggressive, being more wild, being more free, and a romantic song like an R&B song you probably associate more with love, feeling sexy, just being more soft. That is only because, of course, the lyrics, but in the same time the beat of that song, the instruments that are playing on the song, vibrating in a certain frequency. That's the reason why you receive exactly that feeling that you get by each one of those genres. It is known that each single frequency has a different effect of your body. And the most healing frequency ever known is 432 hertz. Hertz is just a understanding of how many beats per second the song is sending out that beat. So the certain frequencies are very, very key for the effect that that song has on your body. And not for no reason, we are seeking for healing songs when we are feeling sad. Of course, you can listen to hardcore rock and roll or punk if you have a heartbreak, but do you really feel nurtured? Maybe you feel you could let your aggression let go, but do you feel nurtured? Probably not. That's the reason, back to Hitler, this mother. Back then, it was very popular to listen to Beethoven. Classic music was just so known for listening not only to pianos, but also to violins and also light, uplifting instruments that you were always hearing also in these old movies or in little festivals where they have like bringing back the 1800s and so on, and they're all playing their instruments and everything just seems so light, delightful. So when he came into office, Mr. H, it was not really helpful for him to deliver his speeches and to deliver his bad messages when people around him had these uplifting feelings. When they listened, for example, to Beethoven, Mozart, and that was a problem. So why now was it a problem that the music that was played was not played no more? When Mr. H came to office, he knew he wants and needs to deliver these ugly ass messages to the whole country. These messages were really harsh and I don't even know what to say, but these messages were just like, either you follow my rules or you're gonna die. And of course in that time people listened to Beethoven, they listened to Mozart, they listened to all these delightful, uplifting songs because they carried exactly the 432 hertz frequencies, which were healing, nurturing, and people felt uplifted. Mr. H didn't like that at all, and he decided to censor all these musicians, all the music, everything that was 432 hertz was banned. People back then were not allowed to listen to it no more. If you were not obeying and if you were doing it and it came out, which was a problem anyways because you could not hear it in the radios no more. So it was not at the public accessible. It's like the news media stream right now. There's just certain informations they want you to know. And back then it was the same thing. The only problem back then they had, there was no social media, there was no other platforms where you could get and gather other important informations from, like we have right now. And people really thought, okay, people are not allowed to listen to it no more. People got depressed. It is known that music has huge healing and uplifting benefits, and so people got frustrated, sad and depressed. Then it was easy for him to access people's brains, hearts and souls, and delivering us humans the same stories again. Dictatorship is really real, and we see it even nowadays in our time, that people are able, with their power, with their words, especially with the repeating time, to implement thoughts in a human brain and subconscious mind that we start to believe these things. So what did he do? He turned the 432 hertz into a 440 hertz. And You might ask yourself, so what's the difference now between 432 or 440? Well, the 440 frequency didn't have this healing effect on the body. If you listen to a song, they can turn the same song into a 440 hertz. You might be shocked, but after this was implemented in human history, all the mainstream media and all the radio station, even the platforms like Spotify and iTunes, they continued implementing the same thing. If you're a musician and you send in your 432 hertz song, it will always be switched up if you like it or not. That's one of the reasons why it is great to be an independent artist, to putting it out through your own platforms. Of course, you can never be streamed in radio or in TV, but that is sad news. So what does that mean for us? What has that to do with manifestation? Yes, I'm going far away from the manifestation right now. It is super, super important that you know why music is so key for you to understand. If you implement the right frequencies in your life, in your daily manifestation, meditation, routine, you can achieve things so much easier. You will understand why it was so difficult previously, or things may not been working out the way you wanted, even though you did everything you're supposed to do. You did all the journaling, you did all the I put my pictures on my mood board type of thing. That is great, but at the same time, music is one of the major key factors when it comes to manifestation. People were not allowed to listen to this music, so they banned this. Even after the Second World War, it continued to be like this. But when people were able to perform live or had their little gatherings, they were still celebrating in that frequency. They were not implementing the 440. And I actually found a super dope video online from a YouTuber that did a video about this, where they playing one song with the guitar and then they playing the same song also with the guitar, just in a different frequency. So you cannot really tell, is this now 432 or is it 440? But the feeling that you get, you immediately know what is the healing frequency and what is the frequency where the healing aspect was taken out. And that is one of the reasons why Hitler didn't want us to have exactly those specific music genres and those frequencies. Even jazz music was a huge problem, because first of all, jazz music was of course supported by the Black and by the Jewish community, and Hitler just did not want to have anybody that is not his race and his people to have a part of that community. He wanted separation all the time. And you see how just music is such a big topic when it comes down to bringing people together. He was trying everything to separate the nation. And by the way, it is not only him. It is so many others like Mussolini, other dictators from all the different countries playing the exact same game. That was also a reason why he banned jazz music, just in order just to have his one German white race. I'm pretty sure there's a few things that you didn't know yet, and then you know why it is so important to implement it in your manifestation routine. I made some notes and I will let you know why censorship was a thing and still is in this day and age. I wanted to give you some examples of censorship, how that was looking like back then. So the Nazis included, for example, closing down or taking over anti-Nazi newspapers. So if you had an independent newspaper that you were writing about something and it was not pro-Nazi, they had the right to destroy the whole newspaper. Everything that was not pro-Nazi did just not existed. You didn't have a choice what you want to think or what you supposed to think. No, it was just simply not allowed and erased. Controlling what news appeared in newspapers, on the radio, and in newsreels. Banning and burnishing books that the Nazis categorized as un-German. But we have very similar situations right now as well. The news media is not showing everything that might happen out there in the world, but of course they're supporting exactly those topics that they benefit from. Why would they support something that they don't gain any profit? If it comes down to the pharma industry, if it comes down to political aspects, no matter what that is, whatever they want to stream, they're going to stream. And those people who are watching it are believing it, because the more often you hear it, the more likely you believe it. And controlling what soldiers wrote home during World War II. So the soldiers that were in World War, they were not allowed to write about what happened back then when Mr. H was in office and so on. So everything was just simply banned. You had no choice. Either you were like a real German, or you had a fucking problem and you got burned or put in jail, or they killed you. It was really, really horrible. And that just over some music. Can you believe it? 432 hertz was just simply not allowed no more. I thought it might be interesting, and you don't have to write that down right now. I'm going to put these underneath that video, but I wanted to give you some hertz frequencies where this hertz frequency is for healing, this frequency is for motivation, and so on and so on. It is known, and I'm a big believer and supporter because I experienced it myself, that binaural beats and also other frequencies that have these healing properties help you to completely heal a disease. Of course, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a specialist in health, but I know that exactly those things can help to heal your cells, your body, your whole entire system. It is also known that people that are under a lot of pressure, people that have a lot of stress, people that are constantly under mental and physical abuse are more likely to get a tumor or another disease, because of all this negative just comes in their system from the outside world. Then the self-belief that starts to go down, and you don't feel like you're worth anything, always constantly fighting with somebody. All these things, these negative things, affect our bodies so much that we start to get sick. It is your responsibility to not let this happen to you. It's your responsibility to make sure your frequency is always high on top of the world, that your frequency is never pushed down from nobody. Nobody has the right to make you feel bad. If that happens, which can all the time because it's not under your control, it is your responsibility to make the decision if you want to get out of this environment or leave certain people behind in order for you to raise your vibration. Here I want to encourage everybody, like, it is always in your control, it's always in your hand. You can make your world the way you want your world to be. And I didn't even really feel sick, but I lost my smell and my taste, right? And I was so scared I'm not getting it back. So I started to do a healing meditation and listened the whole night, 8 hours, to that healing frequency. And also, like, I had like a weird feeling on my chest, and I listened to it and it was gone next morning. One time I had a hardcore ear pain and it didn't went away. And I was so scared, like I never had anything in my ear. I listened to a healing frequency, the next day it was gone. It sounds hocus pocus, but I'm telling you guys, this is real. If everybody would know that, 50% of the pharma industry would not exist out there. I want to read you some frequencies that okay, that's maybe something I want to implement in my life. So, the 174 hertz will relieve pain and stress. When you're super stressed, no worries, I'm going to put this right underneath that video. I want you to listen to exact these frequencies. You may wonder where you can get those from. So you can put in YouTube exactly those frequencies, and your mind is going to be blown away if you see how many people actually have exactly those frequencies in order for people to heal and understand what our nature, like what's out there, what we have. And you know what? It's that simple. If you listen to the waves of the ocean, that's frequencies. If you listen to the sound of the birds, that's frequencies. All these nature healing sounds, like the wind in the trees, all these things are healing frequencies. And we don't know it, or we are not actually all aware of it. But all that can help you to raise your vibration. And now we're coming to the manifestation part. We already talked about the history. We talked about why it's so important to listen to certain frequencies. But how the heck am I implementing all this knowledge now into my manifestation? And I can give you an example. I want you to think about a specific song that always, when you tune it on, gives you a specific feeling. Not the song is cool, but a specific feeling. You associate that song with a certain situation you had in your life. There's people, they hear a song, they're like, I don't want to listen to it, and I don't want to listen to it. Not because the song is bad, but it reminds them of a very sad or horrible situation in their life. And they just don't want to get reminded of that. But then there's these songs, when you hear them, like your heart starts to beat faster. You have like this little butterflies in your stomach on top of the mountain, and you just want to scream it out and sing the song out loud. And these are these frequencies that you feel in your body, and these are the things that manifest in your life. And that's why it is so important that when you meditate, you center yourself. And I get a lot of questions, what is the difference between meditating and manifesting? For those who already know, of course, I don't have to explain, but for those who just start with their whole spiritual journey and manifestation situation, basically meditating is just the physical and the spiritual mental state of centering. You really center yourself, you slow down, and you only focus on your own self, of your physical body and also your spiritual body. Basically, people are receiving through the state of meditation sometimes images or thoughts, but you're not really manifesting anything. That comes additionally to meditation, because once you are centered, once you take your deep breath and you really feel like you're relieved from all the stress that's going on in the outside world, you are clear in your head to see the bigger picture and have a clear vision of what you want to manifest. Everything that you manifest, you visualize with your eyes. Comes from vision. You visualize whatever you want. Then you associate the feeling that it gives you just when you think about it and you see how it could look like. The feeling that develops is very, very key in order for your higher self and the universe, God, whoever you believe in, is receiving exactly those informations. It is nothing like a USB stick with a lot of wishes and thoughts and things you want to have, and you plug it into your laptop, which is God, for example, and you plug it in, and once the right information is in that stick and the electricity kicks in and the right frequencies and vibrations happening, that's when the universe, God, is receiving it in the right way in order to deliver the right printout. Do you understand what I mean? It is so important that whatever you visualize and the feeling that you develop, send it out to the universe and really envision what it is that you want to have. So now, very important also, it can be the other way around. Sometimes we are very sad, we are super mad, somebody who really pissed us off, and everything that you want to wish that person is like to not do well. The universe cannot difference from this high frequency, like no matter if it's positive or negative. If the frequency is very impulsive and it might be not positive, and you send out these negative thoughts, it can really manifest. It can really manifest and will enter your life. Do you know these situations, or if it's not happening to you, but maybe know people that always said, oh, I would never do this, or I would never want to have a man who does that, I would never want to do a job where I would need to do this, and at the end, that's the only things that enter their life because their negativity is ruling their life. And the same thing with positivity. If you're not raising your vibrations, if you're not raising your energy, your positive energy, nothing positive can enter your life. So make space for positive thoughts, remove everything that is not serving you in your highest good, and meditate, center yourself, and manifest. So, and now the music kicks in. If you do all that while you're listening to a song that you have a very good memory from, somebody tries to interrupt my positive vibe right now. So, and now the important part, the music kicks in. If you manifest and you think about something that you really want to have, and whatever feeling it is, if you would have this specific thing or this specific person, whatever it is, you would be just like on top of the world. And it gives you that feeling that you sometimes feel when you listen to that specific song that you love so much because it reminds you of things that you had in the past that always turned out great. Then listen to the song that makes you feel that way and envision whatever you want to achieve. And it's that simple. Your thoughts, your vision, the feeling that you get with it, and the right frequencies that enter your system will help you to manifest 10 times faster than you usually would do. That is pretty much it. If you listen to music that really brings you down, very low frequency music, hertz, whatever, you have negative thoughts, self-doubt, I'm gonna promise you it will manifest even stronger that you're less than, you're not worthy, you're not beautiful, you're not this, you're not that. If you listen to a lot of negative stuff, I want to highly encourage you to cut it out and implement way more positive songs, positive frequencies in your life. I promise you, you not only manifest faster, but especially you're going to raise your vibration. You're going to be so much more positive. You can see the beauty in everything out there. And even though the day is not going well, I see the beauty in everything. I know for everything there's always a reason. And I have to turn everything that might be negative into a positive. Because if I'm just miserable, my situation's not gonna get better because of that. That is my video to what they don't want you to know when it comes down to manifesting. Exactly because of that. It's just such a simple thing. It can be implemented so easy. Just most of the people don't know about it. And I would love to hear what you have to tell me about that. Do you have experiences with songs? Which songs you listen to? If you really are on a very high frequency, I would love to hear it. I would love to listen to the song as well. Maybe it gives me and others that are watching this video right now the same feeling. And also, did you have this experience where you just felt that the music was so low and so evil that you just felt like listening to it is bringing you down and manifesting negative things in your life? Please comment down below, and I will also link the video from the guy with the guitar that you can listen to, the 432 and the 440 hertz, so you can really get a feeling to it. And I love supporting other YouTubers, so please check them out. It's super informative. I don't know them personally, but I just thought it's a great video. I would love to hear more from you, and thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you did not not subscribed to my channel yet, please do it now, and you will get more informative videos like those. And of course, I appreciate a thumb up and one of your lovely comments. All right, and ladies and fellas, thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you soon.